I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Wednesday, February 15th. We're getting to a real pivotal point right here. Depending on what this fat cattle market does this week, it's going to tell the tale on a lot of things, including our feeder cattle market moving forward. But you look at the board here early in the week, it was a little bit lower on Monday and then came back strong late in the session on Tuesday with fats well over $1 higher and feeders well over $2 higher on the board. You look at your most popular contracts, April live cattle closed at 114 even. It's like it was looking for a individual point right there. Your March feeder cattle 124 even. But February live cattle are at 117.37, so more than $2.50 behind last week's market. That's a pretty good basis for guys if they're wanting to trade it that way, but you'd like to hold that market position if you could. Steady would be a huge victory this week if they could hold that market near 120, and we'll see what happens. It'll all start to come apart today whenever we find out what happens on the Fed Cattle Exchange. But you look at your real-time index through Tuesday's sales, 127.81, up 15 cents, and these feeder markets are holding better than we thought they would early this week. But on that real-time index, you see that the weight, which normally averages right in there at 800 pounds, fell just a little bit down to 791, so that's a $3 or a 3-pound loss there, and if you kind of use the slide up there, that really more than makes up for that 15-cent gain. CME feeder cattle index at 128.46. That's through Monday's sales. Look at some sales there on Tuesday. West Plains, Ozarks Regional Stockyards in Missouri had 3,000 head. Feeders were steady there. Steer calves and some heifer calves $2 to $5 higher there. Look at market on DV Auction. Phillips, South Dakota had near 7,000 head on Tuesday this week. Didn't have a good test for last week. Had a real light sale, but you look at the report out of there on Beef Market Central. It shows over 900 head of 6-weight steers at 144 1/4 on the average. Over 800 head of 7-weight steers averaging 134.50. Individual quote out of Phillips, South Dakota Tuesday at 3:30 in the afternoon at 146 head of steer calves weighed 576 at 162. Another market there early in the week on a Tuesday, Loop City, Nebraska, their feeders are $1 to $5 lower there. Individual quote out of Loop City at 88 steers, big steers, 3:30 on Tuesday, weighed 931 at 123.40. And that's your feeder flash for Wednesday.